Hello, I'm Scott Helmers, and I'm here with David Parker, fellow Visio MVP and the author of a book about one of the best new features in Visio 2010, validation, ways in which you can ensure that your diagram is correct. So tell us a little bit about validation rules in Visio 2010, David.
Well, thanks, Scott. Validation rules enables you to enforce company standards in the way that you are, for example, writing your process rules for company auditing, for example.
Okay.
Fault tree analysis, whatever. I've seen it used in many ways. You yourself have shown off business process modeling notation as one of the examples that you can do. The simple rules are in the cross-functional flowchart. If I go to the flowchart template here, we have the basic flowchart, the cross-functional flowchart.
Right.
I'm going to show an example here with a cross-functional flowchart.
Okay, good.
Okay. So if I bring out one of my example drawings here, now, at first sight, this looks as though it could be complete.
Sure, looks good to me.
Yeah, it's quite nice, quite pretty, but there may well be things wrong with it.
Okay.
And those things that are wrong with it might stop the business working properly, for example. So let's go to the Process tab here. And in the Process tab, we've got the Diagram Validation group. In that Diagram Validation group, we have this large button called Check Diagram.
Okay.
Okay. And when I check this diagram, hey, I've got some rules that are broken.
So you've got another window that appeared at the bottom, an Issues window?
Yeah. When I press that, the Issues window opened, and we see this little tick box here, so I can uncheck it and check it, and it appears. Okay. And also you'll see that this Ignore this issue button became enabled. This is in fact a drop down here, which I can also get to by right mouse clicking within the window down here.
And what do I do now that I know that things are wrong?
Okay, well now that I select an issue here, for example, it's selecting within the row here, we see the shape is being highlighted within Visio. Okay. I can just zoom in on that particular shape, and it's telling me that the shape has got no text label. Okay, so we have to go and complete that rule. So if I, for example, say this is going to be the service document, whatever. And there, we've now put in what we're creating here. If I rerun the rule check, you see that one that's now gone.
So that message has gone away. That's great.
That's right. Now this one, okay. Now what does that rule say here? It says this shape has no outgoing connectors and is not a start-end shape. Well, yeah, that's true. It's not a start-end shape, but this is just, if I zoom in on this, this is just part of the process which says send an email.
Okay, so that's actually okay that there's no
I think that's okay, yeah.
Yep.
So what I can choose to do here is to ignore this particular issue.
Okay.
I'm not going to ignore the rule because I still want the rule to be applied to other shapes.
Okay.
So I'm just now doing it here.
Good.
And that issue has now disappeared from the window. So I can verify this diagram, and there you go.
Okay, great. Now that's a good example for a flowchart. Are there other kinds of diagrams that I can validate against a set of rules?
Yeah, as I mentioned, BPMN ones, for example, right? I have, as it happens, an example here of a BPMN diagram. One of yours, I believe, Scott.
Yes.
Did you do it right?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Right.
Let's check the rules.
Okay. Well, at first sight, it may be right. Let's do a quick check. Oh, and look.
Five or six things wrong.
Yeah, Scott. Well, actually, I messed about with it. What can I say?
Ah, okay.
Right. And if we tick over here, we can see that each of the shapes have been highlighted. In fact, you may get more than one rule being transgressed per shape.
Okay, so just to say that a different way, one thing that's wrong might actually cause several issues to appear in the issues window.
That's right.
So fixing the one thing may clean up a number of errors.
Yes, that's indeed. Also, I've got two documents open at the moment, you may have noticed. I can choose to import rules. Now, as we mentioned, Visio has got some rule sets in there.
Right.
Okay. Now, there is a flowchart rule set which is built into the system.
Okay.
So if you've got an existing flowchart diagram, for example.
One I created in a previous version of Visio, for example.
Yeah, or maybe it was created by somebody who's not using the premium edition.
Okay.
Right. Then it could be opened up with someone who has got it, and they can choose to attach the flowchart rule set to it.
Great. Okay.
In this case, I'm going to attach it to this one, and it says one rule copied to the current document.
Okay.
Okay. Now, when I go to look at the rules, we can see there's two rule sets in here.
This is great. So I can actually enhance the value of an existing drawing by adding validation rules to it in Visio 2010. Excellent.
Yeah. I'm going to check the diagram. It's being checked against 2, right, which is maybe a little bit out of order here. And I can choose, for example, to help organize what's going on in this window, organize it by category if I want to and see what's going on. All right. I can also choose to ignore one of those rule sets when I'm doing it and just do the check like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. Obviously, the value of having validation rules is pretty significant. We really can ensure that our diagrams are correct. What if I want to create my own rules or edit some of the existing rules? Can I do that?
Yes, you can do that. In fact, if you are a developer, there are ways you can get behind there and create your own rule sets, or you could download the free tool set that I've written, which is available from visiorules.com.
Okay.
And that's what this little bit here is.
Great. Well, thank you, David. I really appreciate your insight into validation rules. Thanks again.